it's been a few weeks since I came back from my Megacon trip, and I gotta say, it was a pretty entertaining trip. Pretty fun, actually. Made a lot of new friends, saw a lot of old friends, and let's just talk about it because I just want to give my thoughts on Megacon, whether it was worth it or not worth it. Spoilers, 100% worth it, so let's talk about it. I know it's been like a few weeks since MegaCon ended, but I've just been a bit busy, to be honest, and I haven't had time to recollect my thoughts. But now that it's been like about a month or a few weeks after MegaCon, I figured, alright, let's take a look back at it because it was pretty fun. So planning this trip actually since Holiday Matsuri with my good friend Red. He's the same guy that organized the Holiday Matsuri trip, and unlike that trip, this trip we actually found a decent amount of people for like our group. A few of the people that we met, they've never been to a convention, so this was kind of like their first time going to a convention, and it was pretty cool just talking to some people, meeting new faces. Oh hey, you never been to a convention, let me show you around, that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool, to be honest. So in total there was about 9 of us. I'm trying to remember their names off the top of my head. There was Ian, Red, Hannah, and a few other ones. I really can't remember the names just because it's been a while since I've talked to them, to be honest. And I really gotta give a huge shout out to my friend Red for organizing this, because he's the one that's been able to organize and find all these people, find all these roommates for us to stay with. If it wasn't for him, this trip would kind of be a bit harder, because for me, I wouldn't travel by myself to a convention. I feel more comfortable traveling with friends or people I know. That's just my opinion. If you do travel by yourself and go to conventions by yourself, that's pretty cool. Props to you. I could never do it. The first time going to MegaCon, like seeing that big convention space, I was just kind of blown away with how massive it was. And my friend Brett mentioned to me that Anime Expo over in LA is like 100 times bigger, and I just can't imagine a place that's bigger than the space that was on MegaCon, because MegaCon was massive. When I say it was massive, like you go fit like, I don't know, at least 100 to 10,000 people inside that building. It was really pretty. There was a lot of cool stuff inside it. There wasn't too much anime type of stuff, since it was more of a collection of like comics, sci-fi, toys, and all that good stuff. But there was a lot of cool cosplays, to be honest. Like a lot of cool ones, a lot of anime ones, a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen, a lot of Demon Slayer, a lot of Bleach, and a lot of Star Wars people actually. So when I wore my Commander Gregor outfit, I wore it on a Saturday, and so many people recognized me that day. And there was so many Mandalorian type of costumes, so many Jedi costumes. They even had like their own Star Wars section dedicated to that area. It was pretty cool, to be honest. I did see a lot of anime costumes. I wasn't too familiar with a lot of them. Also hella Genshin cosplayers, like a lot of them. I'm not too familiar with the game, I don't really play it, but there was a lot of people dressed as Genshin. Some of the vendors were pretty cool. There was a lot of stuff, but in my opinion, every time I go to Comic-Con, I don't really go to buy stuff because it's kind of not my thing. I ended up buying just like a few little things. If you can't tell, this thing right here, I bought a lot of plushies actually, like a lot of plushies. I think compared to a lot of other conventions, I think MegaCon was pretty organized, to be honest, because you had like a bus section where people would come in bus shuttles and drop you off. Then you had a designated spot where you could be dropped off by a Uber, to be honest. The only downside is there was a lot of walking at this convention. And going to the after party at night was kind of difficult because I had to walk around the entire building just to find the certain area. The party itself was pretty chill. It wasn't too crazy or anything. I didn't really drink because I don't drink like that. But yeah, overall, it was a pretty fun place, to be honest. The after party was okay, to be honest. Like, it wasn't the best, but it was okay. I still prefer Holiday Matsuri over MegaCon, to be honest. But MegaCon, if you want something just to like meet friends or like hang out with people, I would 100% recommend it for like beginner people. Like if you're in Florida or you're like looking for something fun to do, like a fun convention, I would say MegaCon, because it's one of those conventions that's relatively easy. Everything's pretty well organized and smooth. There's a lot of cool cosplayers. There's a lot of cool stuff to buy. The food section itself was pretty massive. There was like a massive food area like dedicated just to like buy food and just like to hang out. There was like Star Wars stuff. There was basically everything you could imagine. Out of all the conventions I've been to, I think this was one of the most chillest and easiest to get around compared to some place like New York Comic Con or Star Wars Celebration, which was a bit more tricky to walk around in, or Holiday Matsuri. I would say this was a pretty fun convention, pretty easy to get around with. I would rate it like an 8 out of 10 experience. Overall, pretty well organized. And yeah, that's basically all my thoughts on Megacon. Like I said, it was a pretty fun convention, pretty easy to get around, a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video as my afterthoughts on it. So what did you guys think? If you went to Megacon, did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you dress up as? And yeah, I'll catch you guys on my next video because I gotta go get a haircut. And yeah, peace out.